We just doing the podcast.
My little medicine is wearing off.
I'm about to be in here clubbing,
so
twerking. I'm about to be up in here like this. Yeah. All right, I got my notes. I'm ready. So, oh, dang. Welcome to Nyse Media Studios. Born Wit It here with your boy Lano and
Bree.
Yeah, what's up, Bree? Our new co-host. What's going on,
hey,
girl?
everybody.
Hey. So today we talking about networking. How we even got together, right? Born With It, right? Born with it, networking. I mean, I see you all the time. I see you all the time on Instagram. Not only do I've been knowing you since high school, right? But just reading your postings and everything about prime and prosper.
Prim
and
prosper.
Okay, prim and prosper. Got you. Prim and prosper. Prosper. I got a little tongue tie right there. But look, no, but everything, all your quotes be so inspirational and things like that. So, yes, I asked you to be a co-host on my show.
Thank you, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yes. Well, now it's our show, right? So the name is now Born With It, the podcast. Yeah, with Lano.
And Bree?
Yeah, let's clap that up. All right. So today we want to break down networking and what networking is and what it has done for us. Got some great ways to break this down. And so why is networking important and why is it so useful, especially in today's area and generation, huh?
Well, first I think we need to define networking. What is networking?
Right.
And I think that really it's relationship building.
Oh, yeah.
That's just really what it is, for business purposes. I think it's just relationship building. And I think so some of y'all know, I come from a social work background, and we called it social capital or building social capital. So I think that that's important.
Yes. Oh, I mean, and it's a great way to expand, right? It's a
Absolutely.
great way to expand, especially what all involves pretty much networking. A lot of marketing, and it takes a team to really do that. Can you network by yourself?
Can you network by yourself?
Can you really network by yourself?
I mean, I don't think that you can achieve your goals by yourself, but I mean, you as a person, you.
No, you can't network by yourself.
Okay.
No, you can't network by yourself. I mean, therefore, it takes a big team. Especially in my experience of just trying to build Born With It, how I came up with it. And it's all off a big platform of ideas, a multitude of different people, right? So Prime and Prosper the same, right? Prim and Prosper.
But shout out to Prim and Prosper. And
Yes.
we actually do talk about networking and building a sisterhood and things. But yeah, you can't do anything of purpose, I don't think, by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that African adage, it takes a village to raise a child type of thing. It's the village that helps whatever it is get off the ground, I think.
Yes. So
Born With It.
Yeah, Born With It.
We got Nyse Media. We got, you know what I mean? It's a team effort.
Yeah. I mean, that's why shout outs to Nyse Media. I mean, because really just networking and really just doing something to help better each other in our own lanes, of course, though. Yeah. And we need that good networking support. And I mean, and you got to really choose wisely, especially when it comes to networking. I mean, it's a lot of people don't move on the same or have the same. The ability to think, bigger than what you're just doing. It's about everybody growing and becoming something very, very, very good. Okay.
Yeah.
And they help you accomplish dreams. Your dreams. Nyse Media is helping me right now accomplish my dream. You're helping me accomplish a dream. All right.
It's mutually beneficial.
Yeah. All right.
And I think that that's a really important part, too, that it is mutually beneficial. Mm-hmm. I think that's how, a successful networking platform just kind of starts and it continues. It's like a web. And, a person knows a person that has a skill that knows another person. Mm-hmm. And we're all making that dream with our skills and our vision, kind of come together.
Right. I mean, and networking really helps out with job and building different opportunities and creating opportunities, deeper knowledge. it takes you so far. I mean, so much you could improve on, even with networking. Like we're doing. We're trying to figure out our structure of what we're doing with this show. Nyse Media is helping with that. A couple of people that put a lot of opinions and good opinions in. That helps out a lot too. So it leads to a lot. Networking is so powerful in this generation, especially with the marketing. Marketing is so important, and you need people to help you market.
That's right. That's right. And then it's so much easier now too. Like it's not just knocking, door to door, selling something, which that is a part of it.
Yeah.
But then like you can even go to social media. Like I'm not big on makeup. I put on some colored lip gloss and I'm out the door. But then, there are people, I see all kind of makeup artists on social media. I see people I get ideas about fashion because that's never really been like my big thing,
I mean,
there are so many,
shoot,
it's easy.
I paint, I mean, I like to mark. I don't do makeup though.
Thank God.
I don't do the makeup.
I mean, but if that was your thing, then that would be your thing.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. But no. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying though, back to social media. Social media has made it so much easier to figure out and find what you're looking for, like what is out there.
Yeah, I mean, do you irritate people with marketing and networking?
Do you irritate them?
Yeah, like should you irritate people in your marketing level when it comes to like networking your business, pretty much getting out there, passing out your cards constantly. I actually think that's beneficial. Yeah. Or posting it all the time on your social media pages, huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with promoting yourself, your work, what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that was the case, what YouTube wouldn't.
I mean,
really
but that's
be.
another form of networking.
It is.
Yes, that's why I think that's so big. No matter, it's no limitations to marketing yourself, especially if you are building networking teams. It's networking organizations. I mean, that's going to be followed up on the next episode. We got a special guest for that. So I hope y'all tune into that next week. But there's so many different networking organizations, especially within the networking organization. Everybody is using everybody in the act of helping with growth of their own separate businesses. So it's pretty dope, right? And what I found out yesterday, we was on a podcast yesterday, and that led to something that was nice because I believe we was on a couple of different radio stations within this organization, and they were asking me questions, asking about what Born Wit It is, our podcast, and things like that. And within the organization, it's pretty dope because everybody is using everybody for something. Everybody got something. So Born Wit It really compliments them because Born Wit It is what's in you. Everybody got a gift. That's what I like about it. And they actually have the same visions I have, and that's coming together and helping each other grow. All right? Don't you agree?
I do. And networking is not anything that is what we're talking about. It's not a new concept. It's not a new concept at all, especially with going back to Black businesses or whatever, whatever group of businesses that have been in the past and how they got established and people really knowing that that business or that service was out there.
Yeah. And like I said, it leads to a lot of different opportunities too. So that's pretty dope. That's what I love about networking. That's so important when it comes to business, really getting yourself out there. It's pretty hard networking because it's take a lot of consistency. It's hard work. It's definitely a lot of drive. Trying to get people to believe in your brand is something important. And networking your brand is pretty well worth everything, right?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing something for yourself, right? And people that help, they got the same vision as far as what they want to do with their, and we can all come together and work together.
Let's talk about Born Wit It, like how the groundwork that it took for you and how networking played a role in Born Wit It.
Well, growing up with different friends and minds, you definitely come up with a lot of ideas. But one day, I really liked. I love music, all different types of styles, especially hip hop and stuff like that. And I had a friend that could rap, and he made a good song. Like he made a good song, not even a good song, but he made a smashing. I mean, he produced a smashing, like pretty much #1 hit, from especially from Detroit. It was pretty dope. So I don't think he really get enough credit, but he made Cash Kids beat on my mama beat. But it was pretty dope, and we had came together, and we had I mean, we looked up one day. We had a room full of talented people, so we wanted to start our own management group, and and the name pretty much was like just came out our mouth like, man, we born with it. Like, I don't know. And then we actually put the spelling up with it and the DNA. The DNA logo was actually made by a lady named Jessica. Shout outs to her. And everybody wanted to play a certain role. Everybody came together and wanted to play a certain role. And that's what we were doing at first. And then it became unsuccessful. So networking can really be a lot of letdowns too. Because as you're going, some people don't have the same drive that you have, and it's no diss to them at all, but they don't have this. You just don't have that same drive, so things start to become different, and you can actually lose. I mean, I say you lose less than what you're gaining. Does friendship really play a part? Is it just really business? That's how networking comes. You got that stuff you got to think about, like. Can you partner with this person? Can you see yourself doing things with these people? So, true. I mean, I have full beliefs. They just didn't have the beliefs either one in themselves or in what we were doing. And the only thing you got to prove something is to yourself. So, I took a couple of years off. At first, it was successful. I was hitting different events with them. We was supporting each other. We was all going to their different events. It was so nice. And for some reason, I don't know. I don't know how it faded, but just this year alone, I just was like, man, I really want to get back out here with doing something with Born Wit It. I had put my independent services a part of Born Wit It, so it became a LLC. So now I have incorporated something else into the brand, and then just this year alone, I was just like, hey, man, I want to. I've been through a lot of things, and I want to go back to talking to the people, which this podcast came about. But I never wanted to talk to myself, which had the networking leading up to me wanting to co-host. If y'all watch a lot of my older shows, I can't say I was networking. I mean, I wasn't having special guests to have a co-host, really, but I enjoy talking to people and listening to different people's opinions. So that's what the special guest came into play, and having a co-host, just finding the right fit was you. Like, you came on the show, and it was like our differences in opinion, just we stayed backing each other up. So that's what networking does. Like, you build good relationships. Some relationships don't go the same way either, right?
That's what's up. That's what's up. It's so really like healing. Mm-hmm. The last show that I was on, it sounds like networking really is a process.
Yeah. So how did network lead you up to saying yes to be a part of our, Born Wit It podcast? Like,
well, so we've known each other since high school.
Yeah.
And so, I think you DM'd me and you were like, hey, I have a podcast. And I'm like, I didn't even know that you had a podcast. And so I'm like, I heard that you had a podcast, or you were telling me that you have a podcast and that you like to post and wanted to talk about a show. You wanted me to come on for healing. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, okay, that sounds cool. And so because I had that relationship with you in high school, just knowing you, we weren't like friends. You were a different grade than I was.
I was always that silly person that walked around school doing random stuff.
Dancing. Like you and some other guys, like y'all would always go to I think it was like talent shows or something like that. And y'all would be dancing, or you would be dancing in the middle of the hallway. And I'm like, okay. But besides that, that was the impression. You never left a bad impression or anything like that. And so that's really what made me say, oh, yeah, sure, that's cool. And so I was elated when you asked me, because I've been wanting to podcast for a while.
All right.
But like you said, you know, with some other groups, sometimes just it didn't work out or whatever the case may be. And, you know, for whatever reason, no shade, no love lost.
No.
And so when you allowed me the opportunity or afforded me the opportunity to be here, I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. And it just naturally evolved. And I think that that's what networking does.
Yeah.
It just kind of naturally evolves.
Yeah. I mean, it brings a lot together.
Yeah.
And what
When you put in the work.
yeah, you got to put in work.
Yeah.
You can't skip the hard work. Like we said earlier, shows, you cannot skip the hard work. It's hard work. Networking is hard work, and it take a lot of good judgment.
Good judgment, right? Yeah.
Good character, sharp mind, all of that. I mean, it takes a lot. So everybody definitely should network with caution. You can't do nothing alone, right?
Oh, I have a story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after we no. So after we did the show, and I was a guest on Born Wit It, somebody, I don't like getting into this. This is a gray area, but I'm gonna get into it. So somebody reached out to me on Instagram, and they're like, oh, you know, you looked gorgeous and this and the other, whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, and I'm just saying, you know, thank you. I try to be humble. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen myself as ever arrived or anything like that. I just, you know, keep taking these leaps. Well, anyway, somebody reached out to me, person I went to school with, and was like, that podcast made you look so gorgeous. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Made you look so gorgeous. That's something. He's smooth.
Anyway.
Smooth guy. The podcast made you look gorgeous. That's what's up. Give me some play on that.
No.
Okay. No, I'll just mess up.
Yeah. So anyway, see, you're trying to be funny. You just played me. Anyway. So he was like, the podcast made you look gorgeous. I'm like, okay, well, thank you, and that type of thing. And then he said, well, there's something, I'm trying to do a podcast, and do you have any tips? Well, I wasn't sure if this person was serious or just, like, trying to run game or something. So I don't know. So I was like, well, I'm not a good texter, so can you just, like, I will call you. And, you know, I had some other things to do that day. All right. Long story short, we start talking. Dude is drunk. Dude is high.
Oh my gosh.
Like talking about everything except for podcasts. So I came to talk. We talking business. Like you want to know about a podcast, and let's talk about the podcast. Or if you wanted some tips about podcasting, that's cool. And I try not to be one of those people that's like, if it ain't about the money, don't hit my line. But that's kind of like how I am. And so, unless it's a progression of things. So, but don't come at me saying that you want to talk about a podcast or you want to talk business, and then you are drunk and high, and you say that you're drunk and high, and then have this conversation. Long story short, yes. Yeah. Okay. So, dude is talking about everything but a podcast, and then so I said, okay, so I thought that we were going to talk about, you know, podcasting. You had specific questions. He's like, oh, well, if I'm making you feel uncomfortable, then don't try to gaslight me. Like, don't try to gaslight me. So, networking can kind of, you know, you have to be cautious. When you were saying you have to exercise wisdom, I think it is very important to be cautious about how things are going to go. And I just learned from that instance, so I want to talk, like, I learned from that instance, not everybody needs to have access to you.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I learned through networking too? What I'm actually learning is that when I first started Born Wit It, like for real, it gets funny, especially when you're trying to network and add to help get your business up to where you want it to be. And man, I struck on it pretty quickly and hard. Like I did some things that in ways to where I could get to certain people. Like, you know, I gotta give a special thanks to DJ BJ because he always been inspirational to Born Wit It. I think how big he is now, especially in Michigan, of course, especially like a lot of people shouting out his name. What I like is that he never ignored me. So that's more support than I could ask for. You get what I'm saying? And networking leads to things like that, man, especially all the advice he's given me. He's never ignored the fact that, hey, you can do this, bro. You really don't need me, or like just saying some realistic things to me and pressing the issues of just building a good side of the team, how to network, what I could do with him in the future when I get to this certain level. So I'm catching up to his positive level, and I don't think that. And my instructor yesterday said something so important. He said something so important, and I love it. But he said that anybody that's negative and trying to kill where you're going, any negative spirit, they bring that to your positive spirit. And even more negative coming from them shows because they're jealous of your positivity level when they could just really come up to your level. And if they can't come up to your level, you have to leave that alone because that spirit is definitely affecting you. And you can't network and be with people like that. And what I learned about DJ BJ, like he always pretty much stayed on me about, hey, moving forward as far as marketing, as far as, hey man, just hey do the podcast. So that type of support, those are people that you network with because you never know when you'll need people like them.
True.
And they're good and established to where they will help market you all the way. So I got to give special thanks to that. That was really my drive, really DJ BJ for real. He motivational, inspirational. He stay on top of, and he professional, man. He real professional. He stay on top of everything. So
we all need accountability.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
And support like from people who can give us constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we take it from them well because we know that they do care. They are not haters. They are supporting us, but they're just saying like
yeah.
Was that your best?
Are
you getting too comfortable? Yeah.
But I think it's pretty dope what networking really does for your business. So leading up to that, I got some funny stuff for y'all.
Oh Lord.
And our horn yourself moments. So we got a few of them today, which is funny. So somebody brought to my attention the other day, and just to let y'all know, the horn yourself moments is either about something trending or what I really feel that is funny. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know I'm not. It's all love. Again, all these on yourself moments is based off what's trending or what I think is funny. And pretty much you get your opinion on it. But I'm definitely stating my opinion, especially making fun of it too, because I actually love y'all and I don't want y'all to see y'all do it bad. But this one right here is funny to me. So it's a restaurant called Mom's Spaghetti, right? Created by Eminem. Which I have to ask. I thought he hated his mom. I feel like he on himself and calling Mom Spaghetti, but just Italian. Is it fast food? Do you know anything about those Mom Spaghetti?
It looks like it is because I was on Instagram and I saw like all these people lined up, all these cars and stuff, and it was like a drive-through type of deal. But
it's fast food, Italian food, huh?
I wouldn't call it Italian food. I would not call it Italian food. I would not disrespect the Italians like that.
Oh, it's Mom Spaghetti. What?
No.
I got a question. What's on the menu? Just spaghetti?
You know what? I'm not.
Or is it his mom's recipe? Because I thought he hated his mom for real.
Okay, well, this is what I don't understand. I try to keep an open mind, but what I don't understand is it's like, when you go to the Asian American restaurants or Asian restaurants, like Chinese restaurants and stuff.
Yes.
And how they have the soup that's in those plastic containers with the top.
The plastic soup.
What is it? Transparent, translucent? What is it? Transparent. Maybe I'm holding myself. Yeah. But anyway, whatever it is, the ones that you can see through. Mm. Yeah, the spaghetti is in that. Why would I want to? As a consumer, why would I want to eat that?
And they put it in Didn't they put it in those Chinese boxes too? I think I seen.
Yeah, I saw that too. But then there's
yeah.
like the tattoos that you would get like when you were a kid. They probably have them out now too. No, that you would put on yourself, and it was like
the mom heart.
Yeah, the mom heart things.
Yeah, that's one of the labels on the. I mean, would you say he horned himself or the Detroit supporters are they horning themselves? Because it's right next to what again? What? It's downtown, right?
Yeah, is it Fox Theater near there?
I really thought. I'm not gonna lie. I think he horned himself. I mean, he really must don't know about his city. Spaghetti, fast food spaghetti. I don't know if is that fast food spaghetti? Like that's what I'm trying to think.
It ain't fast food Italian, honey. I know that for sure. Because I like to eat. I do like to eat, but
Mom spaghetti.
That's the vibe I get.
A 8 Mile vibe.
I wouldn't do that to 8 Mile.
I mean,
I would not. I'm not a
8 Mile was
Detroiter.
cold. I mean, Papa Doc was horning himself in that movie, but I mean, his acting was terrible in that. I gotta say it. I'm just saying.
I'm not a.
I got a question. I mean, they had this thing on. They had this thing. Somebody made a post that saying, do you believe that Eminem is the best rapper alive? Like,
good night.
We
already had this conversation. We already had this conversation. I told you I ride with J. Cole. I ain't riding with J. Cole.
But I'm saying that everybody's saying he's one of the greatest alive.
Okay, do you?
Huh? The people horn themselves. I feel like no, I don't think he's the best rapper alive. No. I don't think he like one of the top. I mean, skill wise, yeah, but like relate wise, I mean, he was always holding his mom. I ain't never really, I can't really had no bad experience with my mom. I don't know.
That's why I don't understand the whole thing with the. Okay, well, I understand having a compromised relationship with your parents. I get that. I worked it. I understand. I understand how it can happen. So that's one thing. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I hate my mom cleaning out my closet.
But I think
you're a this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, okay, well, I have this restaurant, and then the staple is your spaghetti
I think
recipe.
it was like an interview with his mom, though, too, though, that came.
And didn't she, is she not
She
alive?
was basically,
Didn't she pass?
I'm not even lying to you. I think she was basically stating, I don't know why he hates me. I've never treated him like this and stuff like that. I don't know if it was a fake video or not, but I really don't think so, because I think his mom was definitely alive when this video was out because everything was about his mom.
I mean, rest in peace to her. Maybe she did the best that she could with what she had and what she knew and all of that, but I just don't understand the concept of this.
Well, I mean, how do you network naming your business Mom Spaghetti? Like, so I'm trying to figure that out. Like,
I don't even know if it's about networking because it's here. It's established. Obviously, his network or maybe his name, has already helped him.
Definitely be his name.
Shout out to him.
Mom Spaghetti?
Shout out to him.
Mom Spaghetti?
For creating
that's definitely
a business.
Definitely because of his name. Can't be. I'd be like, what? Fast food Italian restaurant? Yeah, that's
Would
what's
you
up.
stop?
That's a fast food.
It is not Italian.
Spaghetti?
That is not what I saw. That is not Italian food. Okay.
I just thought. I mean, it was nasty, right? I thought it was nasty.
I don't know. Okay, so they have this in the South. They have this mostly South Carolina. They have this term. It's called licking and lacking. You can't lick and lack everywhere. So it's like you can't eat everybody.
That term is horn theyself, like licking and lacking.
Okay, listen, Detroit, just because you don't understand it, just say you don't understand it and just keep it at that.
I thought it was ripping and rapping and don't know what's happening. I never heard that.
So anyway, you can't
licking
lick
and
lack.
lacking? Like, okay, is that like lick, lack? What?
Like if you, okay, it doesn't make sense to me, but if you lick, like if you're licking off, everybody else's food, then you're lacking, I guess. I don't know. They didn't, back then, rest in peace to the education system, I guess. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Slave times and stuff, people just kind of just made up their own terms, sort of like, how
black
they do
people
here.
Are licking and lacking.
But what I'm saying is, back to that restaurant.
Are you low key? You low key racist?
Racist, honey?
That's
Do you see this color? Do you see this color? I got the master.
There's a lot of people with this color.
I got the master and the slave running through these veins.
They believe in. They think they're different.
I can't be racist. I don't know. I don't see. I think God loves.
Well, that was just a joke. But they is holding themselves with that term, licking and lacking. No, I mean, it's ripping and rapping and don't know what's happening. That's the correct term, right?
Can we talk about? Let's talk about Michigan folks
Again, Mom Spaghetti.
Time out.
I don't even know how you would network that, Eminem. So I'm just gonna say that you might want to change the name. Okay, Mom Spaghetti just don't sound attractive. All right.
I just want to throw this in here. Most of these people that talk about the South, most of y'all, especially from Detroit, y'all people from the South.
Who?
Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina. So let's not.
I ain't from the South.
You might not be, but your people are. All right, back to.
Oh yeah, I do got family from the South. Yeah, but I got family from the South. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Okay. Another.
You just hold yourself. Yes, got him.
Hey, if y'all just seen that, she really just hold herself doing that. Let's see that again.
Got him.
She just hold herself on yourself.
Okay, anyway,
On.
let's go.
I heard you can't keep your motherfucking hands to yourself.
Oh, this is too much fun. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Back to the show.
Yeah. Because you definitely hold yourself with that. What was that again? Do that one more time.
No, I can't.
Come on. I just want y'all to laugh when y'all see this again.
I can't.
Come on, let's just see it again.
I can't do it on cue. Okay, I'm not like that. I'm not an actress. This is real. Okay.
Now, I'm throwing off track because you just messed me up.
Because I'm funny.
I
love it. I'm getting better, I'm more relaxed. I'm more free now. So I can be Bree.
Okay. All right. Again. Now, what's the one thing you shouldn't do when it comes to networking?
What's the one thing you shouldn't do?
You horn yourself because you think it too hard, okay?
No, I'm trying to think about
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
You just trying to get me back.
Actually,
well, you're going to have to come a
All
lot.
right, go ahead. Again, go ahead. One thing you shouldn't do when it comes to networking.
When it comes to networking, not be yourself. I think that, okay, so I used to think that...
Even if people got an alter ego, like rappers and stuff like that, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just asking.
Oh, you threw me off with the rappers. I don't know. Because sometimes that's for a gimmick, or like that's their hook.
Right.
But like Nicki Minaj with all the voices,
You think she was like that in real life?
I mean, I kind of, didn't she have a background in acting? So like she can do, I think that's her, that's still her though. Like it's still maybe like a gimmick, but like that's still her and she does it well type of thing. But what I was going to say as far as not being yourself, I used to think that things used to be a mystery. Like I just need to come in, be quiet about what my goals and my aspirations and my dreams are, and just kind of fit the company mold, and then that'll be that. And whatever it's going to be for me will be. No. You have to put yourself out there and talk about what your passion areas are and things of that nature. And that's how people will know what you like. And you have to be confident about it. So when you have people that are trying to make you, to throw you off of your path, you're confident enough to know that, okay, well, they didn't understand it, but I'm going to keep moving forward. So I think one thing that'll do you not so well, I phrased that horribly, but whatever, is just not being yourself.
When it comes to networking, I believe that the one thing you shouldn't do is stop. Like I definitely think you should follow up on your networking, meaning making sure people is involved with what you're doing, and you're making sure yourself is involved in what they're doing. And y'all keeping up y'all all playing your parts. I don't think when it comes to networking, everybody should never stop doing their part, never stop at networking, following up on your networking, things like that. and be supportive. Like, be supportive. So that's one thing I probably would say.
Okay, I like that.
Yes. What is wrong?
Because you're trying to be short with me now.
No, I ain't.
I see. Yeah. Yes.
It's because I'm black.
I'm gonna let it be silent on purpose.
All right.
Crickets.
All right. Let's wrap up the man. One up advisory part of our show.
Okay.
What I love is about the part of the show is so much positivity, so much knowledge that's gonna come out of this part. So one thing positive, given the take of our topic of networking, right? Something that positive, something that people could use out there, like let's inspire them.
Okay. I think that is very important to value and to recognize the value of other people, to recognize the value of their gifts, their talents, and not just always use it to like this. It doesn't translate always into just the spiritual thing. It can, what it looks like an everyday application. Like if somebody's good at mixing drinks and you like to host parties, there you go. Like you have a group of people in your network and they're adding value. You may not agree with their lifestyle. You don't have to agree with their lifestyle. You may not agree with the company that they keep, but as long as they are professional in whatever it is that the arrangement is, I don't think that matters too much.
Yeah. Do you think this quote right here, just saying what you're saying, do you think this quote, the way you treat people says a lot about who you are, so be careful. Your actions are screaming over your words, right? Do you believe in that quote pertaining to networking?
Say it one more time. I'm a little...
The way you treat people says a lot about who you are, so be careful. Your actions are screaming over your words.
Yeah, I agree. I like that. I think it's important to be aware, though, that people are looking at your actions and they're listening to your words. I don't think it's mutually exclusive.
I definitely like that quote. I've been sharing that quote all week over the internet. What I like about that quote is because you definitely want to treat people how you treat others. I say it all the time in the other shows. You want to treat people how you would like to be treated. So giving that same respect, you recognizing who they are, what they're about, what they're doing, and you want to tie it into what you want to do with them when it comes to networking and building your business, anything you want to do. So, my positive note is that treat others how you would like to be treated. And I promise more blessings has come more than not, It's not treating people how they treat you. That's that is owing yourself to me, because at the end of the day, you're not flourishing. You stooping down to their level, and you're not leveling up, like I say on my level up episode. You're not going nowhere. You're building something positive, so be positive to that person all the time, okay?
I like that. I like that a lot.
So that wraps up the Born Wit It episode. The network episode. Sorry, these some bloopers on this show. Oh, God. Mom spaghetti. But that wraps up Born Wit It. Thank you, Nyse Media. Thank you, Bree.
Thank you, Lano. Thank you, Nyse Media. And thank you to our viewers.
Hey, again, Born Wit It is not what's on you. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm looking fly, we looking good,
I think so.
Look at that smile. Y'all see that boy?
Too much.
Oh, that boy. Oh, dang, and it say cock on my shirt, but it's a real. It's like it's a real turkey. It's just a real. I'm just saying. But a brother looking good though. I can't lie. Like yeah. But remember, Born Wit It is not what's on you. It's definitely what's in you. Hence the DNA symbol. Thank you, Nyse Media. We all done with the show. Let's get up out of here.
Bye, y'all.